Let me paint you a picture. You step into a project, and on paper, everything looks fine. There's a goal, there's a timeline, there are people even assigned. So you're thinking, all right, let's lead this thing. But the moment you start digging, you realize the paper, well, it lied to you. Half of the work that needs to happen isn't even on scheduled tasks, are being discussed in meetings, but never documented. People say they're working on it, but nobody clearly explained what has actually happened. Ownership is kind of there, but not really. And deadlines, yeah, they exist until something shifts. And then nobody or everybody just starts without a real conversation. No real alignment, no reset, no one asking, wait a minute, hold up. Does this change what we committed to? It just moves quietly and nobody flags it. Therefore, you do what you were built to do. You step in, you start asking those probing questions that nobody else is actually thinking of. You start pulling undocumented work into the schedule, work that should have been there from day one. You follow up, you document, you chase that loose thread and turn them into something that is visible as well as actionable. And you become the consecutive tissue of the project that was never actually connected. And then slowly things start moving. But not because the system is working, it's because you're holding the system together. And here's the part that hits just a little bit different. While you're doing all of that, somebody looks at the project and says, we're not moving fast enough. They got jokes, don't they? I'm not sure where we're getting this level of delivery we need. And for a second, you kind of just pause, stop, and think, because your mind, you're replaying everything, the undocumented tasks you surfaced, the misalignment deadlines you caught, the gaps you feel before they became actual fires, the clarity you created in a room that actually had none to begin with. And you're thinking, this project is only standing because I've been holding it up. But you don't say that. You stay professional. You tighten the update. You smooth the language. You make it so it sounds like everything is under control because that's your job. And you are actually really good at it. But internally, I get it. You feel it, that frustration of being evaluated on outcomes that were structurally compromised before you even touched them, that disconnect of doing invisible work and having that invisibility used as evidence that you're not doing enough. That weight. I'm talking about that heavy weight of knowing the truth and having no clean way to say it without, of course, coming across or even sounding defensive. And if you've ever been in that room before, you know that you are inside of an environment that it keeps manufacturing chaos. Then you already know this isn't just a project management problem. This is a leadership problem. What does John Maxwell say? Everything rises and falls on leadership. So this is what happens when structure is treated as optional, but accountability is enforced like it was guaranteed. And that actually raises a real question. If the system was never built to succeed, who exactly is failing? And that right there is where too many project managers start actually losing themselves. Because once you've been in that environment like that before, you start realizing something. A lot of people are being measured in a situation where success was never clearly defined to actually begin with. And if success is unclear, then performance becomes unclear. And if performance becomes unclear, okay, let me calm down, but eventually become blame after blame after blame. The easiest place to put it first is on the project manager.